told her we're even about your guy? How you told her we're even about your guy? How you told her we're even about your guy? How you told her we're even about your How you put away even about your guy? How you told away even about your guy? How you told away even about your
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another AFR broadcast. I am your host, Kunai Zero, and with me, bringing you tonight's commentary, is Psycho.
Good evening, everyone.
We are here for round 4 of the Tier 1 Season 10 AFR Championship, here at the lovely circuit in Bahrain, the Sakir circuit, which is, of course, one of the night races on the F1 calendar. And looks like we have 17 drivers for tonight's proceedings. Let's just get track map and everything ready. I think I can just set it to that. Hopefully we'll have the leaderboard populate in just a moment. So 18 minutes on the clock for our drivers to go and set the fastest lap that they can in order to start as far up on the grid as possible. And there we go. You know what I do have to do? I have to go through and change all of the AI drivers so that they don't come up with a name, and then it'll be much easier to notice. Now, someone who is P13 at the moment? Can you?
Rat.
Okay.
Rat is P13.
So if I go full names, so he is driver 16. Okay. No worries. So I'll fix that real quick. And it looks like that 2 people have Valhalla's number.
I was going to leave for a brief second to go and get the weather, but then I remembered that we're in the desert.
Yep. What? Also, who's P9 at the moment? Can you?
No, Potsy's P9.
So why is he not? That's weird. Why do I not have him under there? Okay.
So, for the avid Potsy fans in the audience, I believe, he's currently at uni, so he's playing on a controller because he doesn't have room for his rig. This will be his first race controller, so I don't expect him to be contesting for a podium, but I could be wrong.
So, a bit of a difficulty here. Let's have a look. There we go. All right. So we can see Crush just coming down to the last couple of corners. Now, funnily enough, Anthony Davidson brought up that technically the little kink onto the start line was the last turn of the corner. I always called turn 13 the last corner, but according to official rules and regulations, it is not. It is the penultimate corner. So interesting there. All right, here goes Crush. Round turn 3. Went a little sideways there coming out of that exit, so that's going to compromise his time. You can see him taking the esports line, half on, half off. Funnily enough, based on the way that race control actually rule track limits, all tracks now have a black gap between the end of the white line and the ripple strips, and that is the track limit. So essentially, as long as any part of your tyre is on the white line, you're in.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's a clean way to rule it. It makes it a lot easier to sort of judge. The FIA and race control, they have different camera angles than what spectators can watch. But basically, they've just set a clean, fast rule. As long as a part of your tyre is on the white line, you are on the track. If it goes outside of that, you are off the track, and your time is deleted. And it's just a nice, clean way to do it. And we've seen it get enforced a couple of times there during the qualifying session last night. As Crush goes across the line with a 1:28.35, and the M-Dog immediately takes that spot with a 1:28.1.
That's pretty quick for a banker. While we're on the topic of real F1, did you see the advertising on the side of the McLaren?
Yes, it's a e-reader screen, just like they use in a Kindle.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool, and then I read the comments sections.
We see Potty go across there with the 1:27.8 in the Williams. We're on board with Big L at the moment, just as he finishes his outline. Here's my question about that screen. I'm going to assume that it doesn't add weight. Because if it does, that's stupid.
I would have to assume that it does. How could any screen weigh less than the piece of vinyl that the advertising is printed on?
I don't know. I don't know. That's the serious question, because e-reader screens are light, but you got teams electing not to paint certain parts of the car for weight, and these guys are like, we have a rotating display. I just don't know how to look at it, but we'll see. Race at 2 a.m. For those of you who live in the Sydney and Melbourne regions, we'll see how McLaren goes. They had a rocky showing in qualifying, but
so as I said about the comment section for these for that e-reader screen on the side of the car, one of the comments was, this was excellent. Anytime a crypto company goes bankrupt, they could just remove the advertising straight away.
Yeah.
And then another one said that it works well for the advertisers as well, so when McLaren get knocked out in Q1, they could just remove themselves.
Alright, so Big Al making his way through turn 10 there. Hitting the fastest sector one of the session. So Podsy currently in provisional pole, 1:27.8. As you see, a bunch of times up there, Panda with a 1:28.3. I don't know who the second... Who is Valhalla running at the moment? Is he on the Mercedes or the Alfa Romeo?
You ask hard questions. He's the Alfa Romeo.
Okay, so who's in 9th at the moment?
Farmer Sam.
Okay, so Farmer Sam is running the same number. That's fine. He told me a different number, but he clearly forgot to change it, so that's cool. So I'll just have to keep that in mind, that Farmer Sam is running in the Mercedes. As Big Al crosses the line, he had the fastest Sector 1, a green Sector 2, but messes up Sector 3, and that's cost him provisional pole there with a 1:27.9. Now, we've still got 11 minutes on the clock, so really, there's plenty of time, but, wow, really dropped the ball there in the last sector.
Bieber going for the Red Bull strat there, hitting his first lap on medium.
Here we go. Apollo Pepsi in the Williams. Just coming out of the pits there. Current personal best is a 147.085 as he makes his way. And just look how ridiculous that line is. But it's legal. Okay. Just so ridiculous. He's barely hitting the track. But as he makes his way around there. So the interesting thing here is like, so if you, in real life, these guys will go all the way out on going towards turn 8. They will actually just push themselves all the way off the track. And what's interesting is these ripple strips they've got two grades. They've got the raised up section, like this. You can see the split there. They've got a raised up section and a section below, and that really does unstable the car. So it's interesting how they use that to effect, because you really don't want to be doing that with worn tires. I can't imagine that's healthy.
No, and there's a really good chance that if you accelerate and your tire's on sort of half on, half off that strip, and you fall off the one side of it, that you will just spin. Like, it will just kick you.
Anyway, we'll see how it pans out for them. 9 minutes 40 as Apollo Pepsi comes around turn 13. Here we go, down Main Straight.
He's really using that white line.
So the fastest sectors on your screen so far: Big Al with a 28.3 in Sector 1 and Potsy with 37.8 and 21.6. Well, in the last two sectors, Apollo Pepsi makes his way around turn 3 now. Just look at that. It's just two tires on the track. Halo HUD here. Makes his way through the middle of the track. 2/10 slower than the current fastest time. Is he aboard of that? No, I think he just had a bit of a snap of oversteer. So that's going to cost him some.
Pretty game accelerating on that curb.
Also, I just realised the Williams livery isn't updated correctly. It doesn't have the brown Duracell on the top of the airbox. Huh.
Well, it wouldn't.
Oh my god, I'm so dumb. I just forgot it's F1 2022. Oh god.
They only did that for the Alfa Romeo, and
yeah,
only in one specific game mode, I think.
Yeah. Well, it's a completely different chassis. It's not even just an updated livery. It's actually the new chassis.
Yeah. That just goes Kuno moment.
Exactly, Kuno moment. Here we go. So Apollo Pepsi crosses a line with a 129.3. Currently good for P12 at the moment.
Levi Tiger Pants just started a lap.
So just jumping on board with Eckham as he's in an out lap. Now, did you say Tiger Pants?
P18 Ferrari.
Here we go. Okay, let's jump on board with him. Wait for the time to as FIBA sets the fastest lap of the session, 127.5, and that is a good 3/10 off Potsy in P2, and showing his dominance early in the session. There you go, Tiger Pants there, 6/10 slower than the fastest sector. It's a rough one here for Team Ferrari.
No lap by Kunai yet. He'll by Eckham yet. I said Kunai. No lap by Eckham yet. He'll be up there as well. I expect him to be challenging Potsy and Big Al.
So Rat comes across the line, 128.9 up in P10. The real Valhalla, 129.1 up in P12. And Indy and her Jones, 129.336 for P15. His teammate currently making his way through turn 13 now. As they race down. Just look at that. Again, splitting the track in half there. It's a yellow flag for a slow car, but it don't really have to slow up at all. Here we go, down to the line. You'll see a quick shot of DRS. And he'll cross the line. P10, 128.9.
Pretty quick time for Levi there.
Oh, and Eckham! Oh, I caught that right at the opportune moment.
He lost it.
And he comes around, he does a... Well, actually, Sainz did that further down the track. He actually did that here, but a nice little pirouette there. We'll have a quick look at the replay. Oh, no, hold on. That's not the correct one. Interesting. Okay, that's broken now.
Yeah, that was a weird replay. Was that your slow-mo replay?
I think so. I think it broke there, so now I have to have a look as to why that is the case. Okay, fair enough.
Seb saying he didn't know a computer could be on drugs.
Let's have a look. Let's try that again. So here we go. So there's Levi crossing the line, and then as we switch to Ekim, he decides to put on a show for us. A moment now. And woo! He caught that well. Didn't take out the Aramco sign either. Well done.
Also, it doesn't appear the Ferrari behind him.
No.
Nicely done.
So 5 minutes left in the session. Ryan Bell still at the top of the tables. 127.5. It's going to be really, really hard to match, I think. But,
not much separating Aussie and Big Al there.
Ekim just punching the... Oh, he's completely avoided this lap. That's fine.
He'll have one lap left to go. He'll have to sort of try and get a time in. He should be competing with Potsy and Big Al, so pressure's on.
Potsy just coming into the pits there now. 4 minutes 30, so there's still time enough to go around again. I'm assuming Potsy will do so. Maybe chuck on a first set of soft tyres and go for that pole position. And it looks like Apollo Pepsi is coming out for an outlap, so we'll jump on board with number 15. P15, I should say.
Ekim being a bit of a menace spinning on the track.
It just looks so ridiculous to me driving that far off the track. Yeah, you have so much track, and it's like, well, this gives me the best entry into turn 4. And that's it. Like, I mean, you give a driver any give piece of tarmac, and he's like, yep, free real estate. That's mine.
That's where the time is.
Exactly.
The earlier you make the corner,
and that's why I love street circuits. It is the best. Every time they're like, I can just make the corner wider. Someone came along and went, not if you race on streets, you don't. Look at this. Look at this.
Wow.
Just, actually, he's doing it sensibly on the other end here. But most people will just literally run way out wide. Makes his way around. So again, a 129.3, the best for the Apollo Pepsi. Having a look at this, what is the drop here? So yeah, so we're to P9 within a second. It starts to blow out from there. Here we go. We'll stay on board with Apollo Pepsi as he makes his way around this track. I can see that Fever's on an outlap as well, so we'll switch over to that once we are done here. And I mean, I don't understand this. 4th gear. Turn 1 in 4th gear to happen.
F1.
Two things.
I just imagine you're like the old guy sitting on his lawn yelling at kids with fast.
Get off my dead property! That's me. Look at that 4th gear. I don't get it. This is why I'm not fast. Oh, and see, it snaps out. Even with such a high gear, so much torque, it still spun those rear tires as we get a 2-minute warning.
He accelerated on that curb. Spat him out. Luckily, he caught it.
See a retirement from the session there. That's Crush. Did he crash on track there? I see him just going down towards turn 4. Pepsi hitting the sector 3. Look at this. Look at how ridiculous this is. Just apparently the sand gives you better traction. Here we go. Into turn 14. Turn 15 now. Small kink. Straight shot to the line. And will it be an improvement?
Wow.
And it is. Wow, that's a great... Oh, up in a P9 there for the Williams. 127.729. We'll quickly switch over to the Aston Martin here. As he starts his flying lap.
the confidence and acceleration by Fever is just ridiculous. Sure, mic working, can I?
Yeah, sorry, I just wasn't
Oh, okay.
talking. I was actually just intently focused on the inputs of the driver on your screen. He beats the fastest sector time again, which was held by him. So we're about to see an Alonso-esque lap here. And also, who would have guessed that?
Oh man,
As Mercedes about to start taking notes. Usually it's like the customer teams just don't have a chance, but man, whatever the hell happened to Aston Martin? They're on a tear at the moment. I'm hoping they really bring the fight to Red Bull and Ferrari.
I would love that.
Hopefully Stroll doesn't break his wrists again, though. So, that is actually a real fear. As he goes 2/10 foot! Whatever. There's a cracking lap here from the Aston Martin. Now it's a straight shot down towards turn 14. A 1:27.5 is what he has set for pole, but it is going to be smashed. Have a look at this. I'm thinking 27.3?
Wow.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. A 1:27.215 from the Aston Martin, and I don't think that he needs... I don't think anyone's going to catch him right now. Potsy with a yellow Sector 1. That would be a monster task for him to be able to gain it back. He does go green in the second sector, but it is 4/10 slower than Ryan Bell. I think Potsy may improve. He'll want to because there's two people ahead of him now. Big Al with a 1:27.5. M-Dog with a 1:27.8. Potsy will want to take back P2 at least. Will he be able to do so? No, P3, 1:27.7 for the Williams.
Eckham shoots himself up into P5 from his one-shot attempt.
There we go. So, Ryan Bell will take pole position for the race. That's well deserved. A 1:27.2, 3/10 to the nearest car. Big Al with a 1:27.5. Potsy, M-Dog, Eckham, Panda, Mikhail, Crushbait, and Levi make the top 10. And an unfortunate one there for King J and Valhalla down in the 129s. Just could not put them together. But there we go. 18 drivers. It should be a spicy race. Here at Bahrain, it usually produces pretty good racing. And we're about to find out. Eckham really did jump up there. 1:27.836 and with a 1:27.9. And of course Apollo Pepsi with that improvement earlier, but then everyone else decided to improve as well and he gets shot back down to P12.
Panda is racing exceptionally hungover and with 30 minutes of practice.
Ah. So the Nigel Mansell.
Good effort by him there. Yeah, definitely take the nice Nigel Mansell approach this weekend.
It's a little known fact, but all of his racing talent came from the moustache. Like everybody knows this, right? Like all the people in the paddock are like, yeah, it's Samson, right? But instead of it's his moustache.
Is the entire pit crew in T-pose for you? All stuck together? Yeah, okay. So that's the thing.
Oh, this game never fails. Actually, no, it never fails to fail. That's what it is incredible.
That is a bit of a different warm-up technique. I've seen the mechanics do some weird things warming up before a race. But I have to say, this is probably the strangest.
Also, imagine only having 3 people in your pit crew. Right? Just like, which tire are we not changing? Well, I mean, IndyCar do it. IndyCar has, like, one guy takes the tire. He takes, like, undoes the tire and then throws the tire off.
Oh, it's amazing how they do it. I love it. Like, they just throw themselves across that wall and just absolutely go all out.
It's kind of bonkers. All right, here we go. So there's the predicted pit stop strategy for tonight. A 1-stop from the medium to hard, or a 2-stop, which I think nobody will do. We'll just wait for the scoreboard to come up and populate, but I can tell you now that the majority of the grid are starting on the hard tyre. However, we do have Mikau, Lights, and Rat starting on the medium tyre, so they'll have a shorter first stint. hoping to try and leverage that tyre performance, get some positions, and then maybe play who's got the widest F1 car in the later half of the session. 360 into the grid slot. Don't do that, because that's penalty worthy. It looks great, but it's penalty worthy. So, whoa, okay, that's a very interesting line by the Aston Martin there. It is faster, but I'm pretty sure you'll get a track warning for that. So maybe not do that.
He might have dropped his contact lens or something over there and he just went to go pick it up. I don't
Yeah, maybe. You probably
quite know why else he would take that line.
Here we go. Slow lap around the course. Just trying to get some warmth into the tyres. Get them to the optimal operating temperature.
It is very difficult keeping tyre temp around the circuit, mediums and hards.
It's interesting that it's difficult to keep your tyres warm in a desert. Like, maybe that's why they drive in the sand. You know what I mean?
Could be. Could be.
So 29 laps here for this race. Should be in for a good one. 18 drivers. And I just have to make a mental note that the Mercedes P15 is Pharmasan. Not Pharmasan. No, it is Pharmasan. That's right.
It is Pharmasan.
You just forgot to change that. It's okay. Tell me he was running 25, but it looks like he's running 19. Or maybe Valhalla's running 20. No. They're both running 19. That's okay. Oh.
Let's see if everyone knows how to park the car.
It's looking good so far.
I'm waiting for Bate to mess it up.
Oh, look at this Red Bull just slow up. Heck him. Look, this is the slowest crawl I've ever seen. There we go. That's crazy. All right, here we go. So the camera is not cooperating with me here. There go the lights. Wow, gonna be a tough one. Off the start. And it looks like a clean one. Oh! Big Al is giving Ryan a massive run. Oh, the camera is broken. Why? Okay, we'll jump on board with Pottsy here to try and see the action. Everyone seems to get through turn one okay, but it looks like Big Al is the biggest one here. Oh, Zickum spun in front of everybody!
Damage.
That's a massive incident. And
Eckham lost it.
Yep, it was all caused. Eckham just lost traction there, and a full-blown safety car has been called within 4 turns of the race.
Double Ferrari DNF off the bat.
Oh my god, I didn't even notice that. Levi, Tiger Pants, Indy, and Crush are all out of this race. That is 3 cars out in 1 turn. Oh my lord. Ryan, it's a safety car. You need to stay behind the car in front. Channeling a little bit of 2021 Max Verstappen there. We will go onto the replay here and just have a look as to what exactly happened there. So, apologies for the camera. It for some reason got stuck on this. So, here we are on board with Potty. Keep an eye on the left hand of your screen. And it seems as though Eckham has just decided to exit the chat. And boom, takes out all the people there with him. That was a crazy incident.
That was absolutely insane. Seb in chat pointing out this was a Bahrain bombing.
So having a look at this, I can tell you now that it goes as follows. Valhalla, severe front wing damage. Mick out with front wing damage. And Rat also with front wing damage.
Mikau doesn't have any floor damage?
It's not reporting as such. It just says front wing.
So he got hit on a bit of an angle, and I'm actually amazed his rear tyre is still attached to the car.
So,
I mean, it might have been exactly on his rear tyre, which is what saved his floor. Oh, good, and he's serving his 5-second as well. That's good.
that's right. He did pick up a 5-second penalty, did he not? Because he collided with Indy. So it's that is a very rough start to this race. I said it was going to be exciting. I didn't think it'd be quite like this, as the AMG CrowdStrike safety car takes out drivers around while the stewards and Marshall's on track. Get everything cleaned up. I'm not sure why you need so many laps to do so, but everybody is pitting, and of course they want the grid to be compressed before they start, so you can see all those who decided to come into the pit make their way down towards the grid pack now. The rat just coming out of the pits. Just leaving there. I'm going to fix that front wing.
What are the odds of the Ferraris tonight replicating what we just saw?
Let me think. Probably not. I mean, like, if it happens the same way with a Red Bull going, I mean, no, right? It's just not.
Oh, I just meant the double DNF. I did specifically.
Oh, double DNF. Here's the thing. So I watched the day one of testing, and the second I heard the Ferrari engine, I was like, something does not add up here. It sounded absolutely cracked, right? And then I saw the times they were able to pull, and I'm like, Ferrari have a decent car. But then something was going on with like their ride heights, and it seems like Sainz was having a lot of trouble trying to maintain the car on the track. And then he had that incident at turn 9. Luckily, there was tons of runoff, so he didn't hit any walls. But I'm thinking, like, honestly, Ferrari have a really good chance. And since they don't have the head clown anymore, and they've got Frederick Vasseur, I think they're in for a good shot. But, like, I just don't know. Because Charles Leclerc has this very funny way of doing really well and then balking it.
He does have a habit of doing that, but I do like how, like, first lap of Q1 of the first race, his car's literally falling apart.
Right, yeah.
Down the straight.
Right? That, God. It's just like, man. But then he comes back in, they tape on a new part, and he goes out and sets, like, a massively fast time. So it's like, alright, cool. Okay, 15 drivers left in our session. You can see that grey dot just coming up to T1 now. That is Rat, and he should be able to jump on the back of this grid soon. And then we'll probably have the safety car come in. I don't think it'll come in this lap, unless, of course, that car can get to the back of the grid before they reach Sector 3.
You should catch up.
We'll see. We'll wait for that message from race control. I really wish they allowed someone to take manual control of the safety car.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Then the only thing is, someone would probably spin the safety car, and then we're all in trouble. So,
can you imagine Burt Marlin doing that?
Well, no, but also, like, he's put that thing, Matt. Oh, okay, yeah, it's a really late call, but in any case, we will be restarting. Lap 4, Big Al is in charge of the restart. And I wonder when he'll do this. Now, obviously, he has to maintain a pace. We have to have a safe restart. Nothing crazy. So Big Al will most likely gun it right out of turn 14. Here we go. And he takes a late apex there. No, he's pushing this. Here we go. All right, there's the accelerator. He catches Ryan Bell slightly. And, wow, that's worked out really well for the Alfa Romeo. No threat going into turn 1. But have a look at Potsy. Potsy and Bate side by side now. Bate trying to go up on the inside there. Didn't end up working. And now we're starting to get back into a thing. We've got a yellow flag. It's one of the Mercedes. That'll be Farmer Sam, I believe.
Oh, Panda and Eckham. Bit of wheel barging going on there.
So now I can say, ooh, here we go, Eckham hard on the inside, and he actually makes it work. Panda's going to try and drag race him out towards turn 9. I don't know how well this is going to go. I think one of you are going to have to concede. Panda chooses not to do so. He's apparently going to go out on his shield, but he misses out going through turn 10, and Eckham will take P8. Good job there from the Red Bull. And it seems as though Mikau has side pod damage, and Lights now reporting with front wing damage as well. So something happened there on the restart.
Oh no. Side pod damage is going to really hurt around this track.
Here we go.
I like how Jacob DNFs and then he immediately helps something Fortress 2.
Valhalla here, P12, chasing down Mikau. Of course, we'll have speed differential due to that side pod damage, as Big Al sets the fastest lap of the session, 132.5. And we won't see DRS for a couple of laps due to the safety car restart. Red Bulls trading places there. Looking at the battles, there are some people pretty close. Panda still in contention here with the Red Bull, but it looks like Forehead's now on defense. He's taking the Perez role, trying to let Ekim get away.
That's a bit deep there.
It's a nice procession so far. And we have had 3 cars out, but either way, Lights is in the pits, just coming out of pit exit. So he's fixing that. Oh,
Pepsi lost it.
And that was Apollo Pepsi there, dropping down into P9.
Still going.
No damage there from that car. So the only car on track right now with damage is Mikau with that side pod. And I'd like to shout out to everyone on track who is running their telemetry, except Levi. But everyone racing at the moment has telemetry. Thank you very much. Makes it much easier to report on damages and things.
Mikau and Pingo.
So here we go. Mikau coming up to behind this McLaren here as the fastest lap trades places there, but M-Dog. Ekim, sorry. Ultimately, here we go. Mikau just getting right past King J. Little to no effort as DRS gets enabled by race control. You can see King J shoot right back into that slipstream, trying to minimize the amount of time loss. Have a look at Rat down the inside. Oh, but Rat goes so wide and cooks the brakes on the entry. Maintains the position, though, so I think Valhalla just got caught up there, unfortunately. But, yeah, Rat, I mean, if I had to guess, I'm going to assume he just left that overtake button a little bit too long.
If Valhalla was Alonso, he'd be wagging his finger at him as he overtook him again.
So Panda. Close behind the Red Bull of Forehead here, fighting for 7th position. We are on lap 6 of 29, plenty of race to go. And once we hit about the lap 15, 16 mark, we'll probably start to see the pit strategies start to evolve. So far, very clean from everyone since the restart. And Big Al doing a really good job maintaining the lead here, but hot on his heels is Feber, the current series leader. Hotsy in a good position here too to fight with M-Dog at the moment. See that rear wing open. Everyone will have DRS at the top part of the grid.
Good to see M-Dog in the podium position.
It's Potty locking up the tyres.
Mikau and Pepsi. And Panda and Forehead still side by side as well.
No, Panda has just managed to make it ahead, so that's a great position change there as Rat and Farmer Sam also fight Rat up into P13. And Forehead decides he still wants a piece of this, trying to go on the inside here at Panda. Doesn't seem to work out for him. Panda will stay in P7. Panda slowing up here, moving through turn 7. I'm curious to know exactly why that was the case. They're on the same tyre compound there. Maybe just getting a little loose coming on the corner exit. But this fight has allowed Ekim to make a 4-second gap to P7. So Ekim in a really good spot right now.
Yeah, it's a bit of a no man's land for Ekim at the moment. Everyone ahead of him's faster than him, everyone behind him slower than him.
Yeah, he currently has the fastest lap, but it will have to come down to most likely come down to pit strategies for him to get back into this race, unless he can maintain the pace, in which case he may just get into DRS contention here with Bait and then catch up to that front grid.
I think Ryan is going to look to overtake Big Al here. He's on him.
Let's have a look here. There is a big differential here, about 10, 15 kilometers an hour. He's going to look for the inside. Big Al leaves the door open just slightly, and you do not need any more of an excuse there, and he will take it. But unfortunately, the exit was not ideal. But now they go into the DRS section down towards turn 4, and he'll try and use the inside line again. It's going to have to be slower due to more input of the steering wheel. And have a look at M-Dog now. He's trying to capitalize on this as well. Oh, just a little bit of a tap. So Big Al will lose the position. M-Dog really tried to get up there in the P2. Unfortunately, did not work out that way. And Potsy is now up in this race as well. Very, very close from the top 4.
That was pretty good driving by all of them. Man, Panda and Forehead are just slowing up this pack so much.
Interesting to see. I mean, we do run equal performance, but even so, it's nice to see 4 separate manufacturers in the top 4. Well, 5 actually, if you count Bait there. Everyone racing a really good race right now, and Big Al will be looking to step it up in order to get ahead. Now, it's very interesting. I don't know how this is possible, but I'm just going to put it down to magic. Ryan Bell has 60% ERS. He just fought to pass Big Al and has 60% ERS. Big Al's on 40%. M-Dog is on 36. That's insane. His management is insane.
He's just not using it.
And yet he keeps up with the cars. It's just like, it's crazy. Speaking of which, down at P13, King J getting really close to Farmer Sam ahead. But doesn't seem to be able to get the speed required to make the overtake as of yet. Going through turn 4. Let me keep it nice and easy here. Oh, who is that? That's Rat! Spins off the course there in turn 7. Will rejoin safely. No damage. Nope. No damage to the car. Lucky. Lots of runoff area here at Bahrain.
Had a bit of a look around the area. Oh, Bieber having a snap of oversteer. That gave Big Al a good opportunity to close that gap. Oh, Bieber having another slap of oversteer.
That's going to be track warnings at least. It was very far there. Big Al looking, thinking, no, I won't take the overtaking opportunity here because I know I've got the DRS in the next 2 zones. So I'm going to play this safe. I would not be surprised if Big Al doesn't overtake him here.
Yeah, he's not using any ERS.
Yep, he will go right up close. Actually, he has no choice. He's going way too fast. And keep an eye on this. Hard on the brakes. Inside, he'll take the switch back here. And going through the detection zone, I think he will have the DRS. Keep an eye out for the lights on the steering wheel. There it is. There's the rear wing. And Ryan Bell to a T now down towards turn 4. Later on the brakes, he'll have to use more of the apex. But I think he'll come out on top. And we'll watch this from M-Dog's position. And Big Al does not want to give this at all. And I think it might work out for him. Now they go through turn 7. And the Alfa Romeo stays ahead. What a race between these two.
This was awesome to watch.
And don't forget M-Dog. Well. Do not forget M-Dog in this as well. He is waiting for a moment for one of them to make a mistake, and he will take the position. And just as easily, so will Potsy. Both of them keeping up with the front two. Mikau and Forehead trading places there. Mikau now up into P8. Polo Pepsi also closing up to the Red Bull there. It's a poor race for Forehead at the moment. I don't see any damage in the car, so maybe just not gelling with it at all, but he did his job. He kept Eckham ahead. 3 seconds the gap between P7 and P8 now, and that's going to give that Red Bull some breathing space. Which will allow him to restructure as they... Ooh, it's Potsy just drives the nose into the back of that AlphaTauri. It's a friendly reminder. I'm still here.
Addy, we turned crossplay off. It was far too buggy.
Unfortunately, there just seems to be some issues with crossplay at the moment as we see Ryan Bell down on the inside, and it's a repeat. As Big Al still makes it ahead now. He will not have DRS. You will see the rear wing open on the Aston Martin, but not on the Alfa Romeo. Big Al decides, well, I'll just take the middle of the track. Thank you very much. You've got plenty of room on both sides. The Alfa Romeo going on the inside, and that's caused a little bit of a stir up there for the Aston Martin. M-Dog tried to capitalise, couldn't quite get the traction out of the corner. Then they're still side by side, but now Ryan Bell makes it through. M-Dog tries to go on the outside to avoid the Alfa Romeo. Look at Potsy here now on the side, and it is absolute chaos between these top four. Nothing left on the table as they all race down towards turn 10. And now Potsy takes the inside line, and he does it with ease. And look now as Bate just collects the back of the Alpha Tauri. Oh, Jesus, pick a number.
I like that M-Dog is hanging it with the guys up the front, and he's defending well, driving well.
He is taking advantage where he can get it. It is awesome to watch Ryan Bell and Big Al trading places. Potsy was just waiting for a chance, and unfortunately M-Dog just left a bit of a gap going into turn 9. Potsy said, I'll have that gap, thank you very much. Squeezes himself on the inside. And then Batemate getting right up close. Luckily, no damage for either of them. And here comes Big Al.
It's real.
Here we go. So Big Al now ahead, side by side. And he's given room there. He's going to get pushed as far as he can. Here we go. Now the drag race towards turn 4. Ryan doing his best. He's going to try and take the wider line, keep up more of the speed as they side by side. And now we jump on board with Potsy so we can watch this battle occur. M-Dog dropping just a little behind. And Big Al allowing the Aston Martin to go ahead, realizing that it's probably not sensible to do turn 6 side by side. So here we go. Potsy really up close to the gearbox of the Alfa Romeo, who's doing great and is in a prime position for an overtake. The only issue here is everyone at the front is on about the same type of tyre wear. You can see that on your screen right now. 47% on the rear left tyre. Everyone is essentially there. The M-Dog's actually got less tyre wear than everyone else. He's on about 40% average. But the issue here is that Potsy has been using his ERS a lot. He's actually down into the 10 to 15% range, and so that's going to impact him a large amount because M-Dog's actually keeping quite a lot of ERS, 30% at the moment. Big Al's hovering around 22%. Ryan Bell, it's just in a league of his own, 44% of ERS. He is defending and maintaining that battery for when he really needs it. So his pace without hybrid is fast enough to keep up. It's insane. Like, it's insane.
Even I was watching Potsy going down the main straight. He was burning everything he had just to keep up with these guys. Oh, M-Dog making contact there.
So he's going to... Oh, and it's tit for tat right now. M-Dog having to go on the fast line. Bates going to be like, thanks very much. And I'm not sure how to take that because the thing is, M-Dog joined the track very aggressively. And so when they came together, so M-Dog pushes Potsy to the side, Potsy corrects the car, and by doing so, he then comes into contact with M-Dog as he's coming up on the line, and that's caused M-Dog to go wide. So I'm not sure how that'll get received, but I guess that's something to look for the stewards, should it be reported. In any case, Potsy stays third, but Bate sees the opening, and uncharacteristic for the French, I suppose, doesn't surrender, goes right in there. And takes P4. I'm sorry if there's any... That was a joke. I apologize to any French people. I actually love you guys.
No,
but it's been a bad day for you. It's been a bad day for the French. For anybody who's a UFC fan, Cyril Gane got demolished by the one and only GOAT in 2 minutes and 4 seconds. It's a very specific thing, but if you're a UFC fan, you get it. All right.
There in chat saying loves the stream. Thanks, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. We do our best to entertain you guys. Thank you for everyone who is tuning in. We hope you are enjoying yourselves so far as we hit lap 14 of this race. Still have half the race to go. Big Al in the lead. 4/10 to the gap to the Aston Martin behind. But as we know, that really isn't much. And so for the top 5, it is anyone's race. But we are getting into the pit window. And so we will start to see the pit strategies evolve, and I'm curious to see who comes out on top. There goes the Aston Martin on the inside. That is an incredible overtake. He did go quite wide there, so I assume that Big Al's probably going to catch this up, but he had so much speed on the inside line that it was just clean.
I am wondering, because I've got a reasonable idea of the undercuts or the overcuts. I actually don't know around this circuit what's better. But yeah, as you said, within the next lap to 3 laps, we'll start seeing these guys come in.
So M-Dog closing up the gap to Baitmate there. It really is these 5 drivers and everyone else. Eckham is, like you said, in a bubble. He really is in no man's land right now. 4.4 seconds, roughly, to P5. And then, of course, about a 2.5 second gap to P7. So right now, it will be pit strategy if he wants to try and get back to the front here. Or he needs to pick up the pace, but I just don't see that happening, considering he has 52% of wear, which is among the highest of the top 10.
Greenber. He accelerated on that curb, nearly lost the car. I don't know how he didn't, to be honest.
Nearly lost the car, but it's just a fastest lap. Not an issue. Just channeling Neil Alonso right now.
If you're not sideways, you're not going fast enough. Oh, Bait has just lost that DRS.
So that's going to put him in threat now, M-Dog. Be able to see that he won't have the speed, and this is an issue for Bait because as they come down to the second sector, and we've got that mini straight just after turn 10, if he is not close enough to get the DRS on Potsy, he'll get swallowed up by the AlphaTauri, and that will not be
if I put on my Bono hat right now, M-Dog should absolutely dive into the pits immediately.
Go. So you can see the Alpine does not have the DRS. The AlphaTauri isn't going fast enough to make the overtake, but he has definitely closed the gap to the Alpine, and Bait will need to be careful because they'll come to the main straight soon, and he will definitely get him at that point. The only thing is, both of them with no ERS in the car.
Yeah, see if one of these guys hits. Bait. I reckon Bait should hit now.
I think
there you go, Big Al's got a better cut. There you go, Bait.
Bait's coming into the pits now. So Ryan Bell, Potsy, and M-Dog all stay out. And Big Al and Baitmate decide to pit in. Here goes the Alfa Romeo to his pit box. 2.5 seconds is the pit time, or 2.2. One of those. 2.2, there it is. So we're looking at a pit travel time around 24 seconds, I believe.
That sounds about right.
23 point something, including the pit stop. There we go.
Oh,
exits P10.
Big Al exits in traffic.
I'll have a look at Apollo Pepsi trying to get the position from forehead here. Ends up doing the switchback down towards turn 6. Oh, it's a bit of a cutoff there from forehead, but it's okay. So Apollo Pepsi will lose out on the momentum. Have to restructure himself back behind the car and attempt an overtake as they make their way past turn 10. Ooh, Apollo Pepsi breaking out the Tokyo Drift method. That's only fast if you're leading.
Well, there, not necessarily, because Kingdo's not really holding him up yet, and if he gets DRS by the end of the lap, it's actually only going to slingshot him and help him even more.
Everyone will have to pit in at some point. There is the pit stop count, tyre changes. So Mikal, Valhalla, Baitmate, Big L, Panda, Farmer Sam, Lights, and Rat, all with pit stops. Lights and Rat, the Haas team, 2 pit stops now, as with Farmer Sam, so that's a rough one for them. Having a look at the gain loss, the big loser here is Big Al, but obviously that's due to pit, so that doesn't really matter. But Valhalla and King J, 9 positions gained right now, as Eckham goes up into P1 due to Ryan, Potsy, and M-Dog all coming into the pit. So Eckham looking for just that one extra lap or so. 16 laps on those tyres. I don't know if that's the right call, but we'll find out soon.
Big Al and Ryan going to be side by side here at the exit.
And Ryan Bell will exit ahead. So right now it is a smarter move for the Aston Martin, but Big Al's going to have the DRS here. Ooh, but it's not going to be enough. He might look for the inside, but that is a late dive should he choose to do so. No, he doesn't. Now he's going to have a better temperature in those tyres. Oh. So they are going to go side by side. Hell or high water into turn 6. Oh, the Aston Martin goes wide because of that. Here we go, down into turn 8. Big Al on the outside.
holds it all the way around.
Oh,
Gets
much better
traction.
exit here for Big Al, but now he's going to have to go down into the inside. It's going to be hard on the brakes. He's going to watch the traction coming out. Who has the DRS between these two? It's going to be Big Al.
I've never seen racing so close on the circuit before. I didn't know you could go too wide around that corner.
Here we go. Big Al down into turn 11. He had the assistance there of the DRS. The temperature just isn't in the tyres for Ryan Bell yet, but he's still somehow making this work. They go down through turn 13. There's a little bit of contact there. Ryan Bell will go deeper off to the outside. Big Al will slot into the slipstream. No, he decides to go onto the side. He's got enough. This is going to allow him to push. No, he backs out. He knows he's going to use the DRS as the advantage. It's smart. Race IQ here from the Alfa Romeo. As these guys are just going to all rocket past, so Ryan Bell goes back into the lead of this race. Don't forget Potty, he's in this as well. Big Al inside of turn 1. He's going to come out on top here. Oh, they give each other just enough room.
It's amazing to see.
Potty, look at this speed. Look at this speed from the Williams. These guys better pay attention because Potty might just go around the outside of Big Al. Oh, they come together slightly. Oh, my God, this Williams.
Now, remember how FIBA had all that ERS? On that...
It's gone.
Yep, on that last lap, on his in-lap, he burnt everything to make sure that he maintained a position over Big Al.
Yep.
And it's cost him dearly.
Yep, you are correct. He has burnt everything. 11% ERS. Big Al has 32%. Now, this is a good spot, but keep an eye on this. There is an 8/10 gap now. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but Ryan Bell has decided, you know what? I'm out of here. And now, Big Al is going to have to work to maintain that DRS range, because if he gets out of that, he is in trouble. Ryan Bell will not give a millimeter of space, nor will he lose a tenth if he is able to. So Big Al must maintain the DRS gap in order to keep up here. And within all this, Potty's also looking to try and make the overtake.
Bullhead and Pepsi doing their best Ryan and Big Al impressions.
So look at this. Potty is just maintaining the speed now as Big Al still has DRS. And that's closed the gap up immensely between these two cars. And M-Dog actually overtaking Bait there, so Bait P5 at the moment.
Yeah, the undercut working for M-Dog.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, the overcut. Overcut, not undercut. Ugh. Forehead on the inside of Pepsi. Into turn 1.
Oh, and they come together. Luckily, no wing was damaged there. And Williams will have DRS now, and I'm pretty sure Paulo Pepsi goes, thanks, mate. I'll take that back. But it's going to be a run down to the corner. Oh, my. Forehead just breaks so much lane, and he makes it work. Well done to the Red Bull. Keep speed 10.
Good move. You put that car exactly where he had to. That was a brief yellow flag there, but that went away rather quickly.
So lap 19 of 29. 10 laps to go in this, or 11 laps to go in this race. Bait chasing down M-Dog here, keeping a good distance. Now, M-Dog, unfortunately, outside of the DRS range to P3. So it will take some work for these guys to catch up, or possibly a late safety car should someone have an adventure off the track. Not that I wish that upon anyone, but it is a possibility.
As you say that Pepsi nearly forgot where his brake pedal was.
Considering there's only 2 in the car, that's amazing.
It is concerning.
Bait really closing the gap here, but not in an attack range as of yet. We'll switch up to the cars ahead. Here goes Potty and Big Al. Now, Big Al has managed to bring the gap back to a reasonable spot there, but man, FIBA, Ryan Bell up at the front here, he is doing incredibly to stay away, and he's actually got younger tyres by a lap. Potty's on the same pit window there. I'm not
Pepsi
sure how
and
much
forehead leapfrogging again.
Follow Pepsi there, up into P10 now. Just right here, trying to race the fastest race. And Bait just seems to be slipping away from the back of this AlphaTauri. He has a lot of ERS. He's not using as much. He's saving it, which will help him at the later stages of the race, but he's got to make sure he also maintains the gap. Otherwise, it'll be too late.
Yeah, just stick it in there. Oh yeah, he's borderline now. He's got to use something, I think. If he loses that, that's going to cost him everything.
I think he's going to be outside this DRS range. I do not expect to see that wing flap through the DRS line. No, he's got it. He's got it.
Have it this lap, but he needs to burn more. He can't lose it.
He's dropping back quite far. That is for sure. On board with Potsy again in the Williams, as they all chase British Racing Green Aston Martin at the front of the pack. Ryan Bell doing an immense job right now, keeping them at bay. All of them with no ERS left in their cars. They're using everything they have to maintain this. So Ryan is in a pretty good stage right now. It's going to take something serious for these guys to overtake. But make no mistake, should he slip up, Big Al will be there.
Pepsi runs wide forward, getting side by side with them now through the second sector. Oh, he backs out of it.
So he just didn't have the confidence there to try and overtake. So he will try and restructure himself and most likely go for an overtake attempt down the back straight. Follow Pepsi outside of the DRS range to Farmer's Hammerhead.
This circuit is very much a DRS game. It gains you a lot of time around here.
3 DRS zones in total. Oh, forehead did not take that corner well at all. That's going to cost him time. It's unfortunate there for the Red Bull. His teammate Eckham again in his own little bubble. 6 seconds to Panda. 5.8 seconds to P8. Mick out in Alpine.
With a bit of a snap on the exit there.
Forehead
here we
really
go.
Closing the distance here. Polo Pepsi is choosing the inside line. Forehead's going to go right to the outside. So this ends up being worse for turn 1, but better for turn 3. But Apollo Pepsi actually does a fantastic defensive move. Keeps the line and cuts the attack off. Now, Forehead again, possibly looking in the inside, but just doesn't have the speed. So Apollo will stay in the last points paying position for now. But I feel like this Red Bull's got a little bit more in it. And we should be able to see it evolve towards the later half of this race. Or later third, I would say. We're already at lap 22.
Oh, it's pushing quite hard. You can see he's correcting some snaps here and there. Oh, Pepsi runs wide completely out of turn 9.
And yet somehow Forehead is still 16th behind. So Pepsi's doing a great job. Oh,
there he goes! There he goes!
But he's gone. He has to be careful how he rejoins the track. It's a clean rejoin, but that's Costa Williams. Down into P12 now. No points for him. Luckily, his teammates in P3. Look how close Potsy is to Big Al here.
He's on him.
And Ryan Bell. I mean it when I say this. They do not have ERS. At all. They have... The number there is a suggestion. Oh, we have a safety car! We have a safety car! Why do we have a safety car? Who is it that caused the safety car?
No, Pepsi's in the pits. Was it Pepsi? What did he do?
What? Who caused the safety car? I have no idea. I see nobody stopped. Oh my god, M-Dog's gotten a... Oh. M-Dog has received a penalty from the stewards for speeding in a safety car. Baitmate is punching the air. Figuratively. His avatar, of course, needs both hands on the wheel. But that drive-through penalty, that's a rough one there. I wonder if it was a Delta issue or if M-Dog just got caught by surprise with the safety car warning. In any case...
I'm just happy we're going to see everyone pit now onto softs and we're going to have a 5-lap dash.
There's lights.
Not even a 5-lap dash.
Lights with a drive-through penalty as well for speeding under the safety car. Now, let's have a look at the tyre car. Look at this. King J, Apollo, and Lights have all pit. So, Got me on fresh. Now, let's jump on board with the race leader. And is he going to turn right? You'd be silly not to. Watch as all of these people.
I expect everyone to pit. I don't expect anyone to stay out.
80Ks, 80Ks.
Oh, as I say that!
M-Dog!
M-Dog! Going for the big play. This kind of makes sense though because of his penalty.
Yeah, well, you can't serve it during a safety car. So, I mean, he will have to... This is rough. Because you can see he's already starting to... A little bit of tyre wear there. I don't know. I don't know about that one. He can't serve the penalty. So, I mean, he might as well stay out there, but he goes to the back of the grid.
He will, unfortunately.
With lights.
Oh, Light still has to drive. Yeah, okay.
So, yeah.
He's got to serve one too.
Yep. So that makes sense because if you think about it, right, you don't want to switch tyres twice. And you can't have a pit stop without changing tyres in this game. And so... Oh no, it's a drive-through, not a stop and go. So you actually just go straight through the pit. Is that right?
Sorry, say that again?
He's got a drive-through. Does he have to stop?
Yeah.
Do you have to stop?
No. No.
Oh, okay.
For a drive-through, no. You can just drive through.
Okay, no worries. In that case, it's not too bad.
I think... Oh, hang on. I don't know now.
You can't stop.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, for a drive-through, you have to... Yeah, they don't give you have a choice. You have to drive through.
Must drive through. Okay, in that case, it didn't matter if you stopped on it. Because my worry was if you had to stop, then it would change your tyres again, and that would be wrong, right? Because then you'd be like, oh crap, I have to go back into what you said. So if you waited, but
what he could have done is just stopped, put on softs, and then he'd be on a better tyre for when they do restart.
Yeah, that makes it a little bit more questionable that decision. But anyway, we'll see how it evolves. For now, he leads the race. Oh, this is gonna be down to the wire. This grid is so segmented. This is gonna be down to the wire.
It's going to be absolutely beautiful or just utter carnage. There will be no in between.
Alright, so here we go. 25 or 29. We still have lights 18 seconds behind Apollo. So you won't see a safety car past lap 26. That's for sure. Game will call it in. You can't finish a multiplayer game under safety car, so it will allow at least 2 laps of racing.
If Ekam wanted to do the gentlemanly thing, he would... Not Ekam, sorry. M-Dog wanted to do the gentlemanly thing, he would pit just to get out of the way of these leaders.
No. He will pit once the safety car period is on. The only thing is, you get 3 laps to serve a drive-through. So if those 3 laps are on the safety car, I would hope the game knows that.
You reckon?
You might cross the inevitable and only get a 10-second penalty. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, let's see what M-Dog's saying. What's your dog saying?
But he will... But it won't keep going to the end, though. It always comes in. It always allows...
2 laps of racing.
Yeah. Oh, actually, no. Wait, hold on. That makes sense. So, if there's only 2 laps of racing left, and he gets 3 laps to serve the penalty, then he can race and get a 10-second penalty added, and that would most likely put him at a better finishing position should he, instead of having to take... Oh, that's big brain if that's the case.
If he is playing that game, I do respect the big brain chess move there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's actually really smart. That's like Schumacher levels of Silverstone, if you remember. He comes into the pits on the last lap and serves the penalty. And they were like, you can't do that. And he's like, yeah, I can. He's like, yeah, I can. I pit. Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, it was a big move. So that's really interesting.
I do, however, think that this is going to be our last safety car lap, so it might not work out for him if Lights catches up. If they're in the same chat, he would be begging Lights right now to slow down.
So we'll see. I mean, the safety car is still well and truly out there. It's lap 26 or 29, so I believe the safety car will come in this lap.
At the rate Light is catching, I'd say yes. Man, I cannot words today.
Words are hard.
Words are hard. See these guys warming up their tires now, slamming the throttle and the brake.
Yep, there we go. Okay, safety car will be in this lap. Then we will resume racing. M-Dog leading the pack with a drive-through penalty hovering over his car. Let's see how this ends up going. But I can tell you now, 32% of wear on those tires. He's going to get mauled by the cars behind. The only thing is, with the safety car...
Can you bring up that line graph again?
Sure.
Oh, okay, never mind. It's just one green. I thought it was like drastically different numbers.
No. It's because 30% is the yellow threshold.
Yeah.
So it is up to M-Dog to restart this race, and he is pushing it right to the line. There's the start-finish line. And you're about to see what it's like
Oh my lord.
when a group of angry bees come... Oh, there's contact already at the gate! The Aston Martin and the Alfa Romeo waste absolutely no time as they go flying past, and M-Dog is just dropping down in the procession. Look at big time on the inside! Holy Jesus! He made that work! Fresh soft tires, ladies and gentlemen. Fresh soft... Oh! The Aston Martin getting sideways. Potty trying to go on the inside. Oh, that's crazy!
Oh, contact!
They come together!
No!
There's damage! There's damage! Potty is out and away! They got greedy! Ryan Bell and Big Al... Ryan Bell going way too deep on the inside. Hits the Alfa Romeo around. Potty is now well and truly ahead. That's allowed Eckham to break up. Eckham's in P3. Batemate in P4. And Bate tried to go on the inside. That did not work. Look at Ryan. But he's up in there again. He's in P4.
I don't understand this.
I do not have air left in my body to try and process what's happening here. Panda's up in P6 now. Potsy well and truly ahead at 1.5 seconds down the road to the Alfa Romeo of M-Dog. M-Dog still has a drive-through penalty to serve. And as he drives in now, he has to come in. You can see he's coming in. He's basically given that up. He'll go through the pits now. So we have a lap and a bit to go. And this has drastically changed. Big Al in P7 at the moment. Forehead and Farmer Sam trade places there as they go back and forth. They're still side by side. Have a look at Apollo Pepsi now trying to take this.
P-Bear's damage. Bate's going to fight him for that last podium position.
There's fights happening everywhere. Bate trying to go on the outside here as Ryan Bell maintains the inside line. Potsy, almost 2 seconds now from Eckham. Eckham is cheering. He was in no place to get really good points, but now he's in P2. Ryan Bell, though, will be seeing nothing but red. I mean, it's a Red Bull, but he'll be seeing nothing but red towards the end of the race. He wants the lead back, but with a lap and a half to go, I don't see how he can get it. Plus, I'm going to assume that a report will be coming in from Big Al because he was taken out. And so that will be up to the stewards to decide. In any case, he wants to try and finish as high up on the board as he can on paper. And he's driving for his life.
Wing.
He is, yes, yeah. He is. He is missing a wing. And even so, still punching performance.
He actually is. He's dragging that dog of a bathtub that you call a car around the circuit, still in P7 with half a wing.
He is going crazy, but right now, Potsy, man, was in P3 and now looking at a win here is, and he's, look at that, 130.3. The soft tires really making their mark, and Potsy will give up no inch. Eckham is not in a position to attack. He will just be in pure defensive mode, knowing that the Aston Martin will be coming up rapidly behind. The Big Al, unfortunately, just not in a position to try and make movements. And so for now, he will have to relegate himself to P7. But Bate might be in a good spot to attack Ryan Bell. He just has to make a mistake or two. Question is, will he do so as Farmer Sam and Rat trade places there? M-Dog's actually out of the race. M-Dog has retired.
That's a bit silly. 1 lap from the end.
He's retired. So he's down in P15.
Because he'll get classified as a DNF now because of that. That's just silly.
I feel like should have just finished the race. You don't get points either way, but at least you finish. So Panda chasing down Batemate. I'm curious to see if maybe this could be interesting. I wonder if he might get him down at the back half. I don't think so. I think he's close, but I don't think he's close enough. Panda has... No, they both have short ERS. I don't think it's going to work, but we'll keep an eye on this. Potsy, though, flying down to the final corners, and he will come across as the winner here of round 4 in Bahrain. It was a mistake that caused it, but it doesn't matter. He wins and races down to the pit wall. Ryan Bell coming across in third. Bate will take 4th.
We go on Pepsi side by side to the line.
Big Al will just keep the nose. And he will pass there, but have a look at King J now, side by side with Rat. Oh, Rat will stay ahead, though. Jesus.
Oh, King J is so close to points as well. Oh.
To the line. Everyone to the line. What a safety car restart, but Jesus, the talk will be Ryan Bell and Big Al coming together at turn 8. And it caused problems. It caused problems.
That was chaos. Potsy would be cheering all the way to the podium. He's going to get a hammer tonight.
As Valhalla picks up our driver of the day. Let's see, how many positions did Valhalla gain? 8 positions there. Yep, that makes sense. Wow. Wow, I did not foresee. I thought it was going to be a chaotic end, but I did not foresee that. Ryan Bell just seeing a little bit too much. This goddamn celebration. You cannot take your steering wheel with you. But Potsy lifting up that trophy, getting the 26 points rather. He did have the fastest lap at the end there. And so he is just cheering. And Eckham in P2. Eckham was nowhere near there. He was like, well, I'll take this. And that is how quick a race can change. Ryan Bell coming across in third there, but yeah, that'll be a very interesting talk, I must say, at the end there. But Potsy taking the honours. And, oh, I take that back. Lights picked up the fastest lap on the last lap. And he's not even in the points. How rude. Okay, so Potsy, Eckham, Ryan Bell take the podium spots. Bate in P4, Panda in P5, Mikhail, Big Al, Apollo Pepsi, Valhalla, and Rat round out the top 10. An unfortunate race there for Levi, Indy, and Crush with DNFs, and M-Dog retiring at the end of the race. That was crazy, but don't go anywhere. We still have Tier 2 right around the corner, but from us, it is goodbye. We'll have a short break, and we'll catch you on the next one.
See you guys.